Hey, brother. Oh, we went to two completely different places.
Mine was kind of a sad place.
Yeah.
Mine was kind of a spiritual, historic place.
Welcome, everyone, to another edition of Ringside. My name is John.
I'm Kendra.
And
I won't do that anymore with my hands. I apologize. I can't help it.
welcome. This is kind of a new era of Ringside. We're doing a video version of the podcast, which we've dabbled with in the past, where we've done like live episodes.
Yeah.
But we're high tech now.
We're higher tech than we were previously.
We're slightly more technologically competent.
Yeah, I'll give us that. Yeah.
So maybe not, because I've got this new beautiful mic, which will remain nameless until they pay us.
It is very clear in the video what the name is. So.
I'm gonna put Bustello's name on it.
Put a piece of tape over it.
Yeah, I should actually.
But yeah, so John completely redid all of our screen graphics. So everything you're seeing on screen, that's all John. And then, because he had winter break, John's an educator, if you don't know. So he had 2 glorious weeks off of school.
Y'all, hang on. Never have I ever taken or appreciated a job more than for all the time I get off of that job.
It's like truly, besides, helping kids and it's truly the best part of the job. The summers and the vacations off.
It's so great.
And then you go back to work and it's incredibly stressful all the time.
Mayhem. Just for any educator out there, once the springtime comes around, it just complete mayhem.
Yeah.
But
during that time off, we got to work on John's wall behind him. So you'll see it's a lot more John than it was before.
Yeah, I just had a couple of little things here and there. Big things. But now, Kendra took a day to help me out and kind of vision board what we have here. I got a cool little wall behind me now.
It turned out really well. And we still have stuff coming. Literally on Monday, your Etsy thing is coming.
Yeah,
so
hopefully.
So stay tuned. We're going to be adding more stuff to both of our walls, and you'll get to learn a little bit more about us through this wall. Like, do you see how big this Mandalorian poster is? That's very telling. That's very telling.
Most of her personality.
Okay. Yeah, that's it.
But also, we are, for those of you just joining us for the first time on this podcast, welcome. We are also, I hate to say it, but we've kind of become Disney adults over the last few years.
It is unfortunate.
It's a quality about ourselves that we are aware of. We try to keep the annoying, like, stereotypical parts of it. But
yet we do, on camera and in front of other people, call ourselves Disney adults frequently.
Yeah. So. But it's just because for me, at least, I don't know if you feel this way, I'm trying to beat them to the punch.
Yeah.
I'm full on Eminem in 8 Mile. If I make fun of myself for it, they have nothing against me.
Yeah. That was like me and being internally racist to myself in middle school.
Oh, God.
So same thing, different severity.
Yeah. But
different lasting impacts. But if you don't know, I don't know if we'll talk about this anytime. We don't typically talk about Disney stuff, like park stuff, a lot on the podcast, but
the only reason I brought it up was because as we're filling out these walls, putting more of ourselves in it, which means the things we like,
which is Disney.
Yeah. I will be going to Epcot Arts and Farts.
Yeah.
Well, it's the International Festival of the Arts.
It's the International Festival of the Arts, but here's the thing, that's very long. So instead, we just call it the Arts and Farts Festival.
Yeah. Arts and Farts.
Because we crop dust all of Epcot while we're there. Make it a point to.
Crop dust around the world.
Specifically during that one. So yeah, so I think 2 of your pieces that you have are from Arts and Farts. Actually, that one's not behind you. That Spider-Man one. The big red Spider-Man one he got at...
There's another Spider-Man piece I got from Arts and Farts.
In the bedroom.
In my bedroom.
But then also, like, we have it was actually a chicken nugget or a chicken finger box that we got at Disneyland. That's...
Little bot there.
Looks like that little rat droid from Star Wars. And then you have your cup and then your lightsaber, which you can't see on camera, but it's there.
Coming soon, my spider bot that I got from Disneyland from Avengers Campus. So I didn't think we were going to talk this much about the parks either.
Yeah, but it's cool. I love seeing people's
their
gallery walls, and when they put a big thing that we both wanted to do for our walls is do a little bit more texture, so not just like pictures, having stuff like canvas with pins in it, or having your like toys up there. And I think
they're not toys, they're vinyl figures. Get it right.
I meant like the lightsaber.
I'm being stupid.
So yeah, I think it's really interesting because it's like super, super personal.
Right.
So yeah, just keep your eye out for more things to be added there. So we refreshed the stream. We refreshed our walls. And shortly before this podcast, I refreshed my bangs. I took a little scissor and I chop.
Oh my, whoa, who's this?
I chopped up my bangs.
Who's this character?
This is me, the inner me, the true me. Anyway, so that's why
just Kendra.
So they're really blunt, which is fine. And I told John, I was like, I'll finish them up when we start talking.
Yeah, and you know what? She's a man of her word. What? Oh God, she's really going to town.
Did that do anything? It softened them a little bit. Anyway, if you're ever, oh my God,
do you have little
hairs everywhere?
You made a mess.
But yeah,
I can't believe you've done this.
If you ever take out your two front pieces, I don't know what they're called professionally. I do call them slut strands. I don't money pieces. That also sounds bad, but
I think money pieces sounds worse.
It sounds worse. But if you're ever like you want to style them down, if you just trim them, I think I should have trimmed them up here, but I was scared. I was a little scared. But if you trim them on like the edge of your curl, even if it's so sorry. John, cut that out. Cut that. It makes it look so much like cleaner. And then it just grows out in like 2 days. Anyway, just a little fun tip. If anyone wants to
I wake up and piss excellence. That's how I get ready.
Anyway.
Welcome to Ringside. This is a podcast where, you know what, we just talk about the things we love, which tends to be a lot of fandoms, a lot of wrestling, specifically WWE. But we like to really focus on the positive side of those things and just what we love about the things we love.
Yeah.
Not talk about the things we love and
bummers.
then shit on them.
No bummers.
So if you are looking for that type of podcast, I invite you to stay. Just adjust your expectations.
Don't yell at us in the comments.
Don't yell at us.
We simply can't take it. We are hanging on by a thread.
I made on our TikTok, I made some little cap cut. That's like my thing right now. I don't know why. It's just fun for me, and no one else. But I made a TikTok. It was about something that happened in wrestling in WWE, and one of the I didn't get very many comments on it. One comment I did get though was, "Cry about it, WWE fanboy." And I was like,
I love that.
Jesus.
If you had an autobiography, that would be like the byline. It's so good. Cry about it, WWE fanboy. It's like, oh, okay.
I thought it was fucking hilarious. I was like,
pretty funny.
geez, I was just making this for fun. I didn't mean anything by it.
Yeah, well.
So anyway.
So we're not trying to bring that type of energy.
Yeah. So don't expect it. We don't encourage it. We don't condone it.
Oh.
But I'll tell you what we do condone, and that's coming back to the glory days of Marvel TV. And she liked that one.
Because I didn't know where you were going.
Well,
back in the good old days.
No. I guess that's not a great way to start anything.
Sure.
So recently, Disney Plus released their first ever of their own brand of TVMA content. She's really into her cup. Everyone wasting their time to get a Stanley when they can just get one of those Kendra cups.
Oh, yep. These are Kendra cups coming out soon. Though this is an Owala, and then I have a little, because of my OCD, I'm worried things will fly into my straw, so I have a little straw cover, and it looks like a strawberry straw.
Oh my God!
So funny, so cute. What were you saying?
Anyway, Disney Plus released their first TVMA series with Marvel Studios' first ever Marvel Spotlight series called Echo. And of course, we met Echo. Maya Lopez played immaculately by Alako Cox in the severely underrated, underappreciated Christmas classic, Hawkeye.
Yes.
And
Great
Yeah.
I mean, I would understand people's reluctance to see Hawkeye. I didn't know how I was going to feel about Hawkeye, and then it ended up being one of my favorite Disney Plus series. It's super
so
good.
fucking good.
Yeah.
And oh yeah, we cuss on this show, and y'all just gonna have to be okay with that.
I would have hoped that you had already figured that out.
Yeah. Have we cussed already? We had to have.
In this recording?
Yeah.
Probably.
Anyway, but yeah, Hawkeye was surprisingly had no business being one of the best shows so far, but it was, at least in our opinion.
Yeah. And I will say, if you haven't seen Hawkeye, Echo's going to feel, especially in the first few episodes, a little bit confusing. I think they do an okay job at recapping, but they don't have very much time. It's a 5 episode run, and I think you said the episodes are like, what, 45 minutes?
Yeah, between 45 and 50 minutes, so...
Yeah. So it's not a lot of time. I mean, it's more time than like a movie, but it's not a ton of time to recap a whole series.
Right.
Because a lot of Echo's not like origin, but the context to the conflict in this show begins in Hawkeye. So sorry, you got to watch both.
And I mean, listen, if you watch Hawkeye now, which apparently a lot of people have right after Echo, so... And I'm only bringing this up because I know we're focusing on positivity here, but I'm bringing this up because it's a nice little FU to all the haters out there.
Oh,
people were ready for this show to flop, and I'm not gonna lie. Even I'm sure there's an episode of this podcast out there somewhere, an older episode where we're like a little worried because Disney announced that they're dropping all episodes at once. They haven't done that with any of their shows yet.
Oh yeah, I was for sure worried.
So
it's like.
We're like, they're releasing it in January. They're dropping all episodes at once. Like, what? Why are they doing that? And that was before the TVMA rating. So once we saw the trailer and got the rating, we're like, well, hold on.
No, hold on a second.
But people were kind of banking on this to fail.
Yeah. I wouldn't say banking on. I would say people were pessimistic.
Right.
Because of, I think I said this to you. We saw how bad of a show like Secret Invasion turned out to be, and Samuel L. Jackson was like the lead of that show. It had stars on stars on stars,
and they had money into that show
and it was bad. So why would I assume that this like small grounded show whose star has one previous credit, and that's Hawkeye.
Right.
And she's indigenous and she's a woman. Why would I assume that they would put any more time and effort into making that good? That's why I was nervous.
Right. But surprisingly, the amount of care and attention and detail they put into the series, as well as some really, really cool action and just storytelling, the show ended up not only being a hit itself, but also apparently boosted viewership for on Disney Plus, Daredevil, Hawkeye, and The Punisher.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's amazing. So apparently now they're looking into seeing, where can we put old Maya next?
Yeah. I love Maya Lopez as a character. I love Alaqua Cox. Everything I've seen of her on like the red carpet from the premiere and stuff has been so wholesome. And yeah, I think it's just a really important story to be told. I mean, it was interesting watching it because like every few episodes, I'm like, that person was in Twilight. That person was in Twilight. Because there's like so few big productions that feature Native American people or indigenous people. So it's just like, I recognize them from Twilight or The Mandalorian, but that was just the one person. But Twilight isn't the best representation of Native American people, and they kind of screwed over the tribe that they like based the werewolves on.
Right.
I don't know how to pronounce it, so I don't want to try and fuck it up. Anyway, it's a real tribe. It's a real tribe, and they're really there, and they really got like no money for anyway. So I mean, we say that there's a lot of care taken into the representation. They had like cultural like liaisons, consultants. Yeah. So we're saying that from the perspective of people who are not in that culture. So
Right.
we're just kind of going off of what other people are saying.
Right.
So if anyone is Indigenous or Native American, I would love to hear what you thought of it. I would love to hear more first person, because I'm hearing like from the stars of the show, which is great, but also like
they're under contract.
Yeah, can they say like no, it was horrible? I would
Right.
love to hear more like actual Indigenous takes on
The
that.
only person who does not care if they're under contract is Hugh Grant. So hold on, so slight deviation from Echo. So Hugh Grant, who is in Wonka,
Yeah.
I mean, and a million other things, but most recently we saw him in Wonka. Went on several interviews, I believe, talking about how much he fucking hated doing that movie.
Well, yeah, that guy's just like an asshole.
and
I'd rather not talk about him in the same breath that we're talking about Alaka Cox,
I know.
who's pure and beautiful.
But anyway, if anyone has a chance, go look up his comments about filming Wonka. Anyway, this isn't about Wonka. We'll talk about Wonka another time. But anyway,
we'll
Alaka
wonk
Cox.
some other time. You brought it up out of nowhere.
Sorry. It's just when you said that, it made me think of that. Anyway, I agree, but I do appreciate that they made it a point, as opposed to just like saying it in the press, in the final frames of Echo. We do see Marvel Studios put out a thank you to the Choctaw Nation for working with them and allowing them to, kind of welcoming them into their space and their homes. And
Yeah.
so I thought that was really, really cool. But yeah, I really, really, really enjoyed this series. I do think some of the coolest fight scenes we've gotten in a hot minute.
Yeah.
And I think it was a really cool way to come off of, like, because last year we did get Secret Invasion, but then for Marvel TV we got Loki season 2, which amazing. So now I'm like, okay, I think we're finding some real good steady footing here with the TV.
It seems as if taking their time has been working out better than rushing through everything.
Right. But no, I do think that my one, not complaint, my one thing is that the finale was kind of, I mean, it was very satisfying to watch, in the sense of like really learning about our titular character. But I do think the final conflict was it was a little weird. It was just a little lackluster.
I would have loved to see another really cool fight scene leading up to like the emotional ending,
Right.
which I guess we won't spoil.
Right. But there's some badass fight scenes. There are some in episode 1, they come right out the fucking gate with this like almost 10-minute long one shot. And it was so cool.
Yeah.
And this isn't really a spoiler, because you see it in the trailers. You see it all over. We do see the man, the myth, the legend.
God, he can't just say.
I can't. Sorry, y'all.
He has to lead up to it.
I'm dramatic. I'm sorry. I'll do better. We see Daredevil. We see Charlie Cox, no relation to
Alaka Cox. Yeah, that'd be crazy.
Yeah, we see his Daredevil return, and he was on some like final boss shit. Like, she was fighting him, and she was holding her own, but this man was just walking in between.
Yeah, he was not really holding back, which I appreciate. That's a quality.
Rights, equal fights.
But I like that we saw in different points when she did have fight sequences, she utilized, it's kind of like when Bucky uses his arm. She utilizes her metal leg in fights, which is really, really cool. And I don't want to get too far off of like cultural representation, because they had a really tough job. I mean, not tough, because you should always aim to do as genuine and authentic as a job you can when you handle different cultures to your own. Otherwise, just don't do it. But it wasn't just like indigenous culture. They also had to learn about deaf culture, which is its own other thing. And they also had to take into consideration that the actor and the character is an amputee.
Right.
Which influences a lot of story. It influences the fight sequences like we were talking about. And I think that's just super, super cool.
Yeah.
And I am really interested in ASL. I think it's so cool. Haven't learned any of it. Well, I learned dead. I learned Thank you. I learned that from Blue's Clues. Thank you, Steve. Thank you, Steve. It's the only one I ever learned from him. But yeah, it was just so cool to see. I heard something about how, specifically regarding the ASL, I know I kind of jumped around from the fight sequences, but I didn't want to forget it because it's important. A lot of the characters, it wasn't just like the actors signing what they could. It was very specific.
Yeah.
Like, I guess, Biscuits signs English instead of signing ASL. This is second-hand information that I am just repeating to you. It was like a choice that he would be signing like an English person, like an English-speaking person,
right?
Hearing person would sign. Very literal. And apparently he signed understand like this, which is like a joke because this is not understand. And so that was interesting. And then Maya's uncle spoke out loud while he signed. And I guess that's a sign of someone who is still like learning or isn't as comfortable with it because they're signing, like translating in their head as they go. But then Maya's cousin doesn't speak when she signs and signs more similarly to someone who like their first language was ASL.
Yeah.
So it shows like the relationships that Maya had. And then some assholes simply don't even try at all. Some assholes try to create a piece of technology so they don't have to learn ASL because they're too fucking lazy.
They go so far out of their way to not fucking learn.
It is so much more difficult to put R&D for seemingly 10 years into some eyepiece just so you don't have to learn ASL. Anyway, so I thought that was really, really cool that they decided to make such like a choice and take ASL culture or deaf culture. ASL culture, that doesn't make any sense. Deaf culture, specifically American deaf culture, into consideration when they were teaching these actors how to sign.
Yeah.
And I guess they learned for like months.
Yeah, they learned. I also heard that they learned for a hot minute, which, I mean, again, is incredible. And I love that there's so many scenes with just captions, the captions already there, because it's like, for me, it's almost like being on the other side of that because I don't know ASL. I know, thank you. That's about it. Like yourself.
Please.
So being able to witness these really great like acted scenes, these really well acted scenes, without hearing it, but just seeing it and getting to still be involved in that, it's like, you know, I can only imagine. That's like anyone who's hard of hearing, subtitles and things like that are, you know, that's kind of just the part of it, right? Whenever you're watching anything. So it was really cool to kind of be on that side of things, to still find that connectivity there.
Also, if you're interested in ASL, I highly recommend that you watch the ASL version of the Barbie movie.
Oh, yeah.
I rewatched it and I was like, oh, well, I've already seen like the regular version. Let me see the ASL version. It's one lady doing it all and doing it flawlessly, might I add. So it's really cool. And like she talks about how she has to have different signs for the different Barbies. There's like a general Barbie sign, but then there's a Barbie sign for Margot Robbie's Barbie, and same with the Kens. So it's really cool. It's cool
Alan
to learn
get his
about
own sign?
Huh? Alan does have his own sign because he's the other one.
I love that movie. Anyway,
Great movie.
but yeah, I thought that this was just such a really great show. Wilson Fisk back in it. Vincent D'Onofrio. Man, he's the man. I'm glad he's back.
I know. He seems so nice outside of being
so fucking nice. Like how do you play such a menace?
I know. And guys, when I tell you he looks just like my dad, if you took not Vincent D'Onofrio, if you took Wilson Fisk, you put him in some kind of color changing program, you turn the brightness all the way down, that is my dad. I won't show you a photo. You're not changing any
features?
No, he looks the exact fucking same. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Michael Clark Duncan was a Kingpin in the Daredevil film with Ben Affleck.
Okay.
He's black.
I don't know who that is.
You know,
Does
Michael
he look like
Clark
my dad?
No.
Okay.
You know Michael Clark Duncan. You'd know him if you saw him.
I think I know him if I saw him.
He was in The Green Mile.
A movie I didn't see.
See Spot Run.
A movie I didn't see.
That movie made me cry when I was a kid. I had to be taken out of the movie theater.
Is it about a dog?
Nothing bad happened to the dog. You know why I cried in that movie? Was because it was what was that fucking kid from 2.5 Men? Angus Angus Burger.
Jones, I think.
Angus T. Jones. Angus T. Jones. It was him and Michael Clark Duncan and this dog who was like a cop and gets lost and has to stay with the kid and learns to love the kid. And when Michael Clark Duncan finally finds him and it's like, come back, boy. He chooses to stay with the kid.
Okay.
And not with his fucking partner.
So Michael Clark Duncan.
I think he was in C-Spot.
Is a cop.
In the movie, yes.
And this dog, you say it's also a cop, but you mean a canine unit.
Yeah.
It's not like a police officer.
No, he's got a badge and
he's got a gun.
He's got a gun.
That's crazy. Okay, I understand. I can see how that made you cry as a kid because you were a little sensitive kid.
Yeah, so.
Guys, what if I cut my hair right here?
Michael Clark Duncan.
I keep thinking about it. Oh, I know this guy.
Yeah.
Vaguely. I've got a little kitty cat boy, and he wants me to give him
loved
a pet.
Echo. Loved the representation in it. Loved the cultural aspects. Like I said, I think the finale. That was the only thing that was a little under. Only the final like battle. That was the only part. I think her powers are cool. I hope we see her in more of this the Marvel Spotlight stuff. So because of that, Daredevil's about to go back into production. Daredevil Born Again, and I think the influence of just the original Daredevil series combined with like, oh, this is what we can do with this Marvel Spotlight series. So, I mean, a few months ago, we even did an episode on it where the whole Daredevil Born Again production kind of just blew up and they just kind of hit the reset button on it. But now they've got the original fight and stunt choreographer back, and they've got the showrunner from the original Punisher series. They brought back some original cast members, so I feel like we're going, as Norman Osborn would say, back to formula.
But yeah, I saw some comment somewhere of someone being like, oh, why don't they just like start completely over? Have you seen some of the stuff we've been getting recently? The Marvel Netflix TV shows. They're some of the best shows.
Marvel, yeah.
So if we can get as close to that as possible again, I would love that.
Right.
And they're like beloved now. And you're going back multiple times throughout years and years and years to reference these characters by these actors in these works. For obvious reason, because they're superior.
But apparently that wasn't the plan. The plan was
and it
basically
didn't work.
Start over.
And it didn't work.
And it was like, so you brought back the same actors in 2 different shows now, in Hawkeye and in She-Hulk, and you're just going to say, apparently they were just going to start this new Born Again series. Karen and Foggy died somehow. Literally.
Yeah.
And then just kind of go from there. Apparently there was no Daredevil until 4 or 5 episodes in. Now you can argue that season 1 did the same thing, Daredevil, but he was doing his thing.
No, you can't argue that. Sorry. It's just like, maybe in hindsight for them it's a little bit more obvious, but like if it's don't broke, not fix it.
If it's don't broke,
not fix it. I just they like to fuck with too much shit.
Right.
Just if we liked it, do that. Like
right.
I'm all for revamping and making things better and evolving and growing, but like take what you had.
Right.
You had something so special that you've been chasing. Yeah. And you're not consistent. And I find that again.
I think that's what they're doing now.
I agree.
Which is super exciting, especially because we were already getting John Bernthal's Punisher back in this in this new Born Again series, but now that we're getting Foggy and Karen back, Eldon, I can't remember his last name, the guy who played Foggy.
Elton Prince.
Deborah Wolf.
Elton Prince. Kit
Harrington.
No, it's a different one. I can't remember his name.
Yes, boy. Anyway, would love to know what y'all thought of the Echo series and how much you are or are not looking forward to. If you're not looking forward to Daredevil,
we don't need to hear about
business.
that. Actually,
I don't want to hear it. We're looking forward to it.
If we influenced you to watch Echo, let the Disney executives know that we sent you. Yeah. Say, hey, give them a little bit maybe of commission.
Say, Bobby, Kevin, Heard about the little things you got going on over there.
The little things.
I like the cut of your jib. John and Kendra sent me.
Heard about your little hobby.
Yeah.
Very interested.
Man,
Anyway.
She-Hulk was another one. People hated on that way
Yeah,
too
I need
much.
to rewatch it. But I remember in the moment being like, again, something that it could have been so fucking bad. It could have been so bad, and it wasn't. And I think we should all be rejoiceful.
I just saw someone post a GIF or a post on Twitter, and they were like, She-Hulk literally did a whole episode for their finale about how MCU Disney Plus show finales are usually bad, and we didn't appreciate it at the time.
Yeah.
Anyway, so moving right along, yeah, go check that out. Loved the whole show, loved everyone on it. Please give me more of it. I like it, I love it, I want some more of it. Anywho,
What's next?
What is next?
I thought you were going to ask me. I'm like, I'm just here to relax.
We're just here for the vibes. Got a whole lot of stuff going on. Kendra's still cutting her hair.
No.
Oh.
This is the same bit. I
Anyway.
feel 10 pounds lighter, I'll tell you that much.
Oh.
But what if I cut it right here? Guys, let me know.
I do love a good haircut.
I know.
Like a haircut.
I haven't had my haircut in maybe 3 years.
I haven't had my haircut in like a month.
I know.
It looks like
You
shit.
look like a bum.
Oh. Whoa, hey.
My hair is to like my butt cheeks, which sounds great, but it is shapeless. The ends are dead. I didn't even cut this. This fell off.
Anyway, speaking of pretty deadly, got a lot of fun stuff going on in WWE right now, and some not so fun stuff going on in WWE right now. Let's start with the not so fun stuff. Last Monday, when my highest anticipated match of 2024 for the World Heavyweight title, Seth Rollins versus the modern day Maharaja, Jinder Mahal. In that match, Seth Rollins did suffer a pretty not gnarly, but not great injury to his knee. Apparently he like tore his MCL and partially tore his meniscus. Two things I did not know what they were until I had to look it up after hearing about it.
I knew one of them.
You went to
not to brag.
Bone and Body College.
And I only knew one of them.
Yeah.
I didn't go to Ligament College.
I went to sing and dance school, so I don't know shit about shit.
That's fine. But you can carry a tune.
That's right. But yeah, so pretty bummed about that. Hopefully it's something that can heal in 4 to 6 weeks.
Yeah, I don't know what the turnaround time on that looks like.
Yeah, I don't know either. I would hate it because
Excuse me.
my man's Seth freaking Rollins has been busting his ass for like the last 2 years. Such a deserving run for a championship, and he's about to go into arguably his biggest WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm. John's a little worried that he'll have to relinquish the title.
And I don't want that to happen unless he relinquishes the title and wins it back at WrestleMania. But I'm like,
no, that's gonna be kind of crazy.
So,
but we'll have to see. I mean, Charlotte Flair
already back on.
she's already
she's
back
grinding.
in the gym. She had surgery like 2 days ago, and she's already doing squats at the gym or whatever the fuck. Crazy, so crazy.
She's trying to get back. So that kind of sucks. I do think some interesting things could happen. I know he's supposed to be addressing the fans on Raw this upcoming Monday. Depending on when you're listening to this.
Oh yeah.
So he's supposed to be addressing the fans, but I could see wouldn't it be crazy if Damian Priest cashed in on an injured Seth Rollins
as he's like,
yeah.
That would be pretty funny. But I don't know, kind of a cruel way to end your story
or finish your story. This is the finishing the story season.
That's what I meant. Cody Rhodes did it.
Oh my god,
it's gonna be like a Tanya Harding, the other lady, Nancy Kerrigan situation. He went backstage. Cody Rhodes had Brandy Rhodes take a lead pipe or whatever to Seth Rollins'.
I mean, it happened in the match, so
that's what we're being told, John. But you should never trust the news. You trust media? Huh.
I trust the WWE. That's my news source. So there's that, which is unfortunate, but
we'll have to see what the timelines. I think they'll tell us the plan this upcoming Monday, the 22nd.
Yeah.
So we'll just have to see what they have to say.
Fucking Paul Heyman's continuing to have the worst few months of his life.
Paul Heyman. Oh, Paul Heyman.
Listen, I was a little worried this last episode of SmackDown. I was a little worried about how like I knew the match itself was going to be good. This Fatal 4-Way. Mm-hmm. Or I have no doubts that the match itself is going to be good. But I was a little worried, like, how are they going to balance out all of these, like, feuds at the same time? But I'm digging it so far.
Yeah.
I like this, AJ Styles and LA Knight can't fucking stand each other. Randy's just stirring the pot. He's just chilling and watching the drama unfold. And they're still keeping him and, like, him and Roman Reigns feud, like, kind of sort of at the forefront. Mm-hmm. So I can appreciate that because I feel like we'll see them one-on-one at some point this year.
Yeah.
I feel like there's still more story to be told. But yeah, I really like all the Roman Reigns and these other guys and all these other dudes. I really like everything they're doing with them so far.
Yeah.
So I think that's gonna be cool. It's Rumble season. Woo! I also appreciate, and I know a lot of people are bitching. Sorry, try not to give them too much shine.
Okay, well
I know.
These people are bitching.
These people are bitching. No, I will just say, I'll rephrase it. I can appreciate this time around. The only people that we are being told, as of right now, that are in the Rumble are people we kind of already expected to be there, which are the big stars.
Yeah.
The bigger stars.
And if you were around for us bitching last year about this, last year, wasn't it that they announced like 28 people for the Men's Rumble? What in the fuck? What in the fuck? What do they think that we're there for?
I don't know. Like, because again,
that's the best part of the Rumble. That's what makes it so fun, is to not know who's coming out and not just the order. I don't want to know half the people that are there.
Right. I don't need to know, especially it makes sense if there's a specific, like, particular storyline you're trying to go with. But even at that point, it makes it kind of predictable, which doesn't mean it's a bad Rumble. Mm-hmm. Just, like Cody Rhodes coming in at 30 last year. They hyped him up for weeks before coming back at the Rumble. So, like, and then him coming out, it would have been one thing if he came out at, like, 18, 19. Yeah. And I get why. He was dealing with an injury. Nothing, no shade toward him. So I understand the reasoning. And he still had that, like, awesome one-on-one match with Gunther at the end. But it's like, I kind of knew what was going to happen at that point.
Yeah.
So that kind of sucks. Brock Lesnar winning at 30 in 2022.
I think is the most pissed off I've ever been.
Right. And then,
oh my gosh, that was so fucking stupid. I was so mad.
You know what?
I was so mad.
In 2022, at least the Women's Rumble before the ending, which was the same exact one, Ronda Rousey coming out at 30 and winning the whole thing.
Pissed me off.
But at least the rest of that Rumble was good.
They had a good Rumble.
The Men's Rumble was not good. Except for Bad Bunny coming out. That was fun.
That was fun.
Shane McMahon coming out. That was fun.
Sure.
I like Shane McMahon.
He just frightens me. Yeah. It's nothing against him.
I get it.
Just scares me.
But yeah, just because Brock had just lost the title that night. And anyway, so.
And they keep trying to have Kofi Kingston have these Kofi Royal Rumble moments. And it's just so much pressure. And it hasn't worked the last, like, 3 years.
Yeah. So anyway, all that to say, I appreciate that the only people they've told us that are going to be in the Rumble are the people we've kind of expected.
Keep it that way.
And because it gives us a lot of, right now it's an interesting time because I feel like there's a lot of different storylines we could go with. Mm-hmm. Because, I mean, they set up, Rhea Ripley really wants to face Becky Lynch, but then Bayley's like, I'm coming after Rhea Ripley, even though we're like, is she really going after Rhea Ripley, or is she gonna? Is there gonna be a turn coming soon? So I feel like there's a lot of interesting things happening. Mm-hmm. So I feel like now is the time to, like, all right, let's say these people are there, but then don't tell us anyone else.
Yeah,
just don't tell us anyone else.
Oh my God, camera.
Now, and because it makes us predicting and guessing all the more fun. Is there anyone you think is going to show up at the Rumble?
Hold on, I fucked up my
camera. Oh, no.
A little bit. I mean, we'll get into this more during our pre-preview, which
this
will be
upcoming
happening
weekend.
Yes, Saturday morning. I think is the plan, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because we have to see what happens in SmackDown for both Rumbles or just the men's.
Whichever one you can pick. We can talk about both. On Saturday.
I can tell you who I don't want to see. I think everyone knows maybe who I don't want to see. If I see Brock fucking Lesnar, I'm going to lose my mind. I don't want him there at all. You know what? He can be there. He can be in the stands. Hi, Brock. Stay seated. Buckle in. I don't want you to get up. No, don't get up.
She doesn't want Brock in the state of Florida.
I don't want Brock here, quite frankly.
He's fucking meandering in the goddamn Everglades.
He can take one leaping jump from anywhere in the state and land in Tropicana Field. I don't want him here. He can be at home watching off the TV like the rest of us. I don't want him there.
He's gonna show up at the fucking pier just like Jason and Jason
comes
Takes
out of
Manhattan.
the water.
he held onto someone's fucking speedboat.
Just underwater the whole way. He hung onto a cruise ship and lands in Ybor. Sorry about my camera fucking up.
Oh shit!
I don't want to see him there. I have 2 women that I would love to see.
Ooh.
I know who they are. I would love to see Sasha Banks. I don't know if we're getting Sasha Banks.
She's got the industry by the balls right now.
I would love to see Sasha Banks, but that's one that I'm like iffy about. But I feel more confident. Maybe this is misplaced. To see Naomi. I would love to see it's quiet. And then I don't know how her song goes. Did it say bring it to the floor?
Yeah.
Bring it to the
And we
floor.
hear that?
Yes. I would love that.
Yeah.
It goes dark. Glow sticks. I would love that.
Hell yeah, me too. I think I'm right there with you.
Maybe like more realistic. Maybe like Liv Morgan. Haven't seen her in a long time.
Maybe she's dealing with some legal charges right now.
Oh, she is?
Nothing bad. It was for weed.
Oh, whatever.
In Florida.
Sonya fucking Deville.
Bring Sonya back.
Sonya! Your tag team partner needs you desperately because she just lost
Listen.
her and
I think Chelsea Green's winning it.
the whole Rumble. Maybe this is her year.
If there's any justice, maybe this is her year.
I love Chelsea Green.
Actually, you know what? Let's WWE. If anyone's listening, Triple H, Road Dogg, anyone, Shawn Michaels. Why aren't we letting Samantha say Chelsea Green the way the good Lord intended?
What happened there?
Like, I'm noticing.
I dropped my lip gloss.
Oh no.
She can say Ludwig Kaiser. Ludwig Kaiser.
We're still doing it for everyone else. What's going on with Chelsea?
Green? And maybe that was Chelsea Green's decision.
I don't think it was.
I don't think it was either. Chelsea Green. Maybe people were misunderstanding the name.
Maybe.
I don't know. It was so good. It was so perfect for her character. Whatever.
So, like, justice for Samantha, justice for Chelsea.
And we'll have to see.
Shh. It's Chelsea.
I think we can probably expect to see some NXT faces, like maybe Tiffany Stratton. Lyra Valkyria.
Yeah. Roxanne Perez.
Maybe Roxanne Perez. That one.
Win one for the name.
That one woman, not to be disrespectful, with the big behind.
Nikita Lyons.
Who just came back? Didn't she just come back?
Yeah.
Yeah, her. You don't think so? Ooh. Ooh.
I mean, maybe.
Ooh. I don't know anything about her, but maybe. I just know she's a big name. Maybe that lady that they signed that just hasn't. She's been in the Performance Center.
Cargill.
Jade.
I think I could see Jade Cargill premiering.
Kind of.
Yeah, debuting.
Oh, yeah, that is the word, isn't it? It's like when I talk about, like, people talk about job interviews to me, and I call them auditions.
Auditions, yeah.
Whoops. Slip of the tongue.
Yeah,
Flick of the wrist. Shave of the hair.
My God, I just rewatched that episode of South Park, their WWE episode, and they hold tryouts, and it's a spoof on a chorus line.
Oh,
they have a bunch of wrestlers lined up, and a line they're like, "All right, step forward, tell us about this," and one of them literally breaks out into a song.
That's the most John shit I've ever heard. South Park epised about wrestling and musical theater. You fucking
and
loser.
because it's all theater,
all the same.
Anyway,
for the men, I have less opinions because I don't care about them. No, that's not true. But I've just been so disappointed with the men's rumbles these last few years that I'm like, I don't want to speculate. I don't want to get too excited because I don't know. And I do think they've learned from their mistakes and we won't get as many spoilers. But as far as people coming back, there's just so many fucking people. There's so many people that could be there. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, something that could be cool is, I don't know if this will happen, but something that could be cool is if they do maybe test the waters with someone from another promotion. I could see maybe someone from TNA.
They've done that before.
Yeah, I mean, they had Mickie James in 2022. So I that would be kind of nice to see that. I don't think they're on the best terms with AEW, so I wouldn't expect anyone from there. But it could be kind of cool to see someone from TNA or from New Japan.
Yeah.
Especially if they have experience with WWE in the past. Just making a quick comeback. I'll always and forever say I want Goldust to appear.
That's my one true. If Goldust showed up, I would lose my mind. The anti Brock Lesnar, I would go insane.
Yeah, we're Team Goldie over here.
I think I've seen Goldust wrestle maybe twice in my life, and they've been in Royal Rumble matches. But
that's all you need.
That's all I need. I love him. Oh, that would be so great. I don't know if we're gonna get that, but
probably not. He's with AEW right now, so
bam.
Not as Goldust. So that's the thing. Goldust isn't with AEW.
Okay.
Dustin Rhodes is with AEW.
I don't know who that is. Never heard of
Goldust.
I don't think so. I think Goldust is one of his the only person.
There's only one Goldust.
He's one of one. He's the only one.
That's right. He the one.
Eagle one?
No, he the one.
Oh.
Anyway. Well, I think y'all, that about wraps it up for this edition of... Oh.
What if Big E comes back?
All right, hold on. I'm unwrapping this like a Christmas present.
Just a couple more minutes on the possibility of a Big E return.
I think he gets one of the... If he comes back, I think he gets one of the pops of the night. Like one of the biggest pops of the night.
Yeah. Yeah.
Y'all, not to stir up traumatic events, because I know a lot of people watch this. We watched it when he got his injury on live fucking TV. That was so scary.
Yeah. I've talked about it on here many times about how every time I see anyone do any like over the head anything now, I'm terrified.
We're cringing, yeah, because we're just like, is this going to be another? Yeah. That was so scary. And you know, to see that he's still so active, like with the company, is great. But he hasn't wrestled in like 2 years.
Yeah.
So, but I don't know. He's been doing a lot. I mean, and he's like, that's kind of his thing right now. He does a lot of like the appearances and events and stuff for WWE. Man, I sure would love to see a New Day reunion.
Yeah.
I really would love to see a whole entire New Day reunion at the Rumble.
I think there's more of a chance this year than any of the previous years.
Agreed.
But I guess we can keep saying that as time goes on because his body's just healing more and more.
Well, I mean, and at this point, I would love to see him take on Gunther for the Intercontinental Championship.
Yeah.
Especially because there's already like this built-in feud with Imperium right now. Mm-hmm. And he kind of doesn't take the New Day serious. So I would love to see just two meaty men slapping meat.
Truly.
Because I think they could put on several like banger ass matches.
I agree.
And that would just be so much fun.
As much as I want Big E back, though, I feel like I would be scared every time he's in the ring.
Yeah. I get it. I get it.
I know that's just like part of it. I feel the same way whenever I see Tegan Knox in the ring. She's pulled like her ACL and her hamstring, her SATs, her whatever.
Her FCATs.
So much that I'm like, every time I see her, I'm like, please be careful. Yeah. I'm scared on these people's behalf. I can like hardly watch any of them without flinching anymore because they all get injured all the time. It's so scary. This is why I can't watch Impact Wrestling, AEW. I can't do it.
Right.
Because they frighten me. You're staring at me.
Oh, sorry.
Did y'all clock he was not blinking?
I was just listening to you. I was not doing that.
This is what you were doing.
I do that to my students a lot. Whenever they... So I'm really trying to teach... really trying to teach them about pushing their chairs in properly and not like all willy-nilly and fucking hitting their... Because I have like metal chairs and like desks, like legs and stuff. And every time they do it, I just look at them and I go... and they laugh. But...
And they do it right?
I make them do it again. Okay. I'm fucking annoying.
As long as you do that, that's fine.
I'm like,
try again.
Try again. And they'll do it. But it's so funny because whenever they do it, they just go and look at me. And I'm like, and then they just pull back out.
Yeah, they knew they fucked up. They knew they fucked up.
Yeah, buddy. Anyway, it's a little peek into my life. Anyway. Your boy's, he needs some food.
Are you hungry? That's why you want to rap?
I can rap if you want me to. I'll sit back.
No. Sit back. Lean back in your chair. That's fine.
Lean back?
No. No. Anyway. Oh. What cracked?
Don't worry about that. As I was dancing, I was doing my lean back.
You saw Bustelo?
Bustelo's just laying under the desk. I didn't know he was there.
He's so cute. He's sitting by the warmth of our gaming computer. Did I mention that we got a gaming computer? Did we talk about that?
That's part of the...
That's part of our upgrade.
We can't... Yeah, that's part of the upgrade of the show.
Sorry, guys. We got a whole gaming PC. If you didn't know, previously we were streaming, editing, recording off of my 2015 iMac.
Not conducive to what we were trying to do.
Couldn't play Sims on that hoe. I mean, granted, I have a lot of data wrapped into the Sims, but like, you couldn't go online. If you try to like go into a browser while you had something else open, you're stupid. What are you, dumb?
Oh.
Nothing would work.
Dang, goddamn.
Sorry. That was my computer talking to me.
Right.
So I finally said, you gotta go, girl. You gotta go. She's still here. She's actually just working. It's now a tripod for my camera.
For your camera. It's the fanciest tripod I ever done.
I know. But hopefully now that will mean higher quality streams, better quality video and audio, and so hopefully going forward in 2024, ignore my camera that's glitching right now, really undermining everything I'm saying. I will get that fixed.
Yeah, maybe we'll look into that too.
We'll look into that. But hopefully in 2024 we're trying to be a little bit more intentional with our content and really putting effort and resources into it.
I mean, this is our 3rd episode this month? Well, you and I, this is our 2nd. I did one, I recently had, the last episode of Ringside was this conversation I had with playwright Fernando Segal. So if you haven't listened to that, go talk to that. He's,
go talk to that?
Did I say talk to that?
Yeah, you did.
Well, you can talk to it if you want to, but you really should listen to it. It's not going to talk back to you. Not directly anyway, but go listen to that. Go check that out. It's a really cool conversation. Like I said, we're both in the theater profession, and we both really love wrestling, and we just talk about how they are one and the same.
Oh my gosh, my fucking camera.
Oh.
Dong.
Oh my God.
Sorry.
Thank you all for listening. If you haven't already, please follow and subscribe to us on all the various social medias, including Twitch. Go follow us on Twitch. We are doing a live stream this upcoming Saturday, the 27th.
Mm-hmm. Same day as Royal Rumble.
Same day as Royal Rumble. In the morning, I believe it was 11 a.m. that we decided on.
Yeah.
So go check that. Go follow us there. That way you can be notified when we go live. We are going to be doing... We kind of did a mini version of that right here. We'll be going deep into the card. We'll be talking about... We'll be making predictions. Things we want to have happen. More things we don't want to have happen. And we got some cool stuff coming up. So check out that stream this weekend. Follow us on Instagram, TikTok. We have a Discord, but I haven't done anything with it yet. So be on the lookout for more Discord information. And please subscribe to us on YouTube. We do all of our episodes. We have all of our episodes on YouTube. We also have them on Spotify, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio. So please stream us wherever you can. We would love to keep bringing you more and more content. And we can do that the more you follow us on all the things. So
can I give a sad announcement?
Oh.
Hey, everybody.
Oh, hang on. Let's dim the lights.
Let's not, because I'll look like ass. No one can look too closely at this makeup. It's not good. The makeup, nor my news. If you've been following us for a while, you might have known that I was doing a series in which I've played through the game Dream Daddy, which is a daddy dating sim. I'm a daddy. I modeled my character after one John Perez. He was beautiful.
Not like in real life.
A little bit of a whore in the game.
Oh.
I made him to be that way. And he was proud of it, and I was proud of him. But here's the thing. As we told you, we got a new computer. but one of us plays our games more on it than the other. And unfortunately, I could not transfer over my save files for Dream Daddy from the Mac to the new computer. And I think that's okay.
Yeah.
If you watch Dream Daddy, you know there'd be 2-3 months in between uploads because it's a very daunting game to start playing. And it took me forever to edit because it was just basically an hour of just me talking through the story, which is fine. But yeah, so I will not be continuing Dream Daddy at this time. Maybe one day I'll play it again. Maybe. But instead, I'm not going to give up just like playing games and talking through them with you guys because it's so much fun. But instead, I think I'm going to focus more on the mobile games like I did in the past. If you don't know, on our YouTube channel, you can find my Kendra's Corner, just the one, playlist, which has all of the games that I've played through. And a lot of them are episode app games. Those are so much fun. There's 15 chapters. It takes 20 minutes to read through them. That's way more doable for me. If you don't know, we both have full-time jobs.
That's
so
right.
We unfortunately can't spend all of our time just on this. That'd be the dream. That'd be great.
I mean, unless y'all keep following and liking what we're doing, then who knows?
Maybe one day.
The sky's the limit, baby.
But in the meantime, we definitely need to do something more. I need to do something more accessible because if I do something that's easier for me to do, then I'll actually do it, and I won't feel like I'm disappointing you guys by not putting out episodes of Dream Daddy. So say goodbye to Dream Daddy for now, but stay tuned for whatever we have going on next. I'll make sure to put some sort of announcement when I'm starting to stream again with what we have next. Usually I like to involve you guys in like character creation, choosing the name for the character. It's always a lot of fun, especially when Taekwon is here. Hi, Taekwon.
Oh my gosh, the unofficial third host of the show, especially when we stream pay-per-views.
Yeah, if you don't know Taekwon, you'll know him once you visit a live stream. So yeah, so that's what I have to tell you. I'm so sorry if you were connected to Dream Daddy or John's Dream Daddy character. I know he was a hunk.
Rest easy, King.
But it's not goodbye. It's just a change of venue. Jesus I don't know.
Christ.
It's just a change of scenery. Let's do that.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
And on our YouTube channel, we do have some travel vlogs up there from our various adventures and escapades. Oh, was that weird?
It sounded sexual.
That's a sexcapade.
That's why I thought of that.
I said escapade.
They're very close.
Escape. Like from Finding Nemo. Anyway, we're going to get going. Papa's got to eat.
Oh, my God.
Thank y'all for tuning in, and we will catch y'all on the next one.
Bye.
Peace.